We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. I mean, in the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
We here with Jay Smo. What's good, Smo?
Oh, what's popping, Frank? What's popping, man? I'm here to talk some raps. Nothing new.
Hey, finally, right? Just Business 2. I love this card. I love everything about it. How do you feel just seeing the full card now?
I say this is about as good of a card you're gonna make with like solely new talent. Right. And when I say new era, that can be interpreted so many different ways. But I'll be specific. Last like 2 or 3 years, I'm talking like Crucible classes, some of the trenches, stuff like that. This is like some of the biggest matchups that we would have wanted out of it. Some of these guys have been talking shit, like genuinely don't like each other, or at least competitively don't like each other for quite some time now. So I think there's a lot of good matchmaking here. And I think the main event is like beyond just new talent. Like it's an important battle to battle rap as a whole. So definitely a good card on paper, man. Doc's outdone himself. This is better than the first Just Business lineup,
which was already a very fire card. Doc got. I just gotta give him a standing ovation on this one. This is pushing the culture forward. This is so important because we need to see new guys carry cards, and to see like the majority of this card being new talent is amazing. And in battle rap, we use the term new loosely. I'm gonna say new season, because some of these guys had shots and then didn't capitalize the first go round. So they're in their new season, I'll say. But let's just get right into the card. V Gotti versus Ric LaFleur. V Gotti, of course, being a member of Cave Gang now. He had an app drop with URL app drop with Chuck 50. And V Gotti's been doing his thing. He's from Louisiana, Shreveport to be exact. And we've got Ric LaFleur, who's a trenches guy. He's had a couple battles on the trenches, but I think this is his first look outside of the trenches that I think the culture is going to recognize. Are you familiar with these two guys?
Barely.
Barely.
I think I watched maybe 2 V Gotti battles, because I think I watched the one he had in Fonz's tournament. I think he was in Fonz's tournament.
He battled Cheddar. Yep.
And then I might have watched him one other time. You know what I'm saying? I see his name on Twitter. So like I know him, but in terms of his raps, I don't really like know much of his raps. And then Ric LaFleur maybe saw like a snippet here and there, or like tuned into his stream and turned it off. So it's not really like, I said this when I did my prediction video, it's not really like fair for me to pick someone. I guess I would go Gotti because I know more of him, but they're relatively unknown to me.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. What I will say is V Gotti has 2 battles, and if anyone's watching this that's also in the same boat as you who's not familiar, I would say watch his best performance so far are V Gotti versus NOTR. He did a fantastic, I think that's his breakout performance so far. NOTR is the Spaces guy that we love a lot. And the other battle, I would say, the other good V Gotti performance, I'm gonna say him against Chuck 50, the one that dropped on the app. It was a Cave Gang event on Tay Rock's stream, if I'm not mistaken. There's no entourage, and he did his numbers. Ric LaFleur doesn't have as many battles, so I'm going to look up. He has I think it was one that I really liked. I hate to say that, and I know what Ric sees is, but I love him. And I know the 2 I liked. I like Ric LaFleur versus Lee L&D, who's another standout talent at the trenches. And my introduction to Ric LaFleur was him battling Baby James. Easy had like a showcase event called Who Don't Belong Here. It was a small event, but it was fantastic. Ric had a great debut on that. So yeah, Ric LaFleur and V Gotti, 2 very promising talents. And I think that if you're watching this, watch those battles I recommended. With all of that said, I got V Gotti 2-1 slight edge. I think Ric is fire. I think V Gotti he's got punching ability. He's got charisma. He's really developing very quickly. I think he's poised to have a very good 2026. But if Ric wins, I won't be surprised. So with all that said, we move on to the next battle. This is a 2-on-2. Ace Amin and Swervo versus J Slash and Ghost. Where you at with this only 2-on-2 on the card?
So it's a 2v2, right?
It's a 2v2.
I gotta give it 2 thumbs down, man.
Oh,
I don't like I don't like 2v2 battles. I don't care for 2v2 battles, but there's an element of fun to them. So if people are entertained there in the building, if they have fun in the battle, then they're all winners at the end of the day. It's how I feel.
Okay.
But I didn't give a prediction on mine. I will say if I had to, I guess I'll take Ace and Swervo. I mean, they're just better. I know that Ghost and Slash would be at home, and plus, like, they're Ohio talent, so I'm understanding what's happening here. Like, you know, if we're gonna be in Ohio, we're gonna get some talent. Like, even if it's just a 2v2, we're gonna find a way to get the card. And I do respect that aspect of it. I think that's solid. But at the end of the day, like, Ace and Swervo are better. Like, they're just better. And who knows what Ghost can become, maybe, you know what I'm saying, with some fine tuning. He's got a chance just getting on URL. But I'm going to pick the better battlers in this case. But as you can tell, it's not a battle I'm particularly excited for.
Okay. I like Ace and Swerve as a team. I didn't see how it was unexpected. I wasn't expecting them to team up. I was expecting Ace and Sheed as they're really great friends outside of battle rap. But Ace and Swerve is an interesting matchup, very explosive combination. Swerve is great with the haymakers. Ace, of course, has incredible layered material that leads up to haymakers every time. So them together is a huge threat. Ghost, I'm becoming a huge fan of. I did an interview with him on his channel. I really like Ghost. He's at home. He's going to bring out a huge crowd. J Slash is also a very popular battler in that region. So them teaming up together is actually genius, and it also puts more eyes on the region. And I think this is a very good matchup. We're going to see how it goes. If I had to pick, of course, I'm going to pick Ace and Swerve.
Hey,
the next one.
Can we real quick? Can we shout out Ohio battle rap?
Yes, it's on the move. It's on the move.
Because, and I'll say it every time I get the opportunity. I love everything Public Influence Battle League is doing. So like I'm a huge supporter of anything they got going on. That's Ohio. These cards have been in Ohio, even when they did and it was Initiation 3, whichever one where they battled each other on. That was, I think, the same venue they're doing this at. So Ohio battle rap, a lot of good things going on over there. Even Fonz coming out of, like, even the talent coming out of there. I just want to say they look like a stable market for battle rap. So shout out to them.
100%. I got to salute Cleveland, where Fonz is doing incredible with his league. Salute to Cabin Life. I also got to salute Dayton, which is where Public Influence is at. They've had amazing cards. They just had one last night with some really good battles. In particular, this Los Prima and Klutz battle, phenomenal. Get that battle out there as soon as possible. Fantastic job with that. They've also had the A Ward and JC battle that was amazing. So they're on a good roll. They said on the stream last night that they're gonna have another card, in a big card in April, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they were referring to this, but if they have their own card in April, I'm looking forward to that.
They're going to do Swamp and Snake, because they announced that they have Swamp.
That's what it is. That's the one with Swamp and Snake.
And I don't know the undercard. I don't even know if they've announced anything for that undercard.
No, that's the only card they've announced. But I love that battle. I love that battle. I'm glad they booked that.
They're doing. And then I trust them with battles like that. I trust them production-wise to get that done.
100%. And then I got to salute Columbus, which is where Doc is handling his business with Just Business and Just Business 2. Step up from the previous card. Ohio, big salute. Who knew? Who knew that Ohio had all this talent? Who knew Ohio had
one other event? URL was a Born Legacy 7 or 8. I think it's where Av and Ill Will battled Chess and Danny Myers, and like that was a good ass event. But they probably just thought, one time stop. But shout out to that. I just wanted to show them love because I'm noticing a lot of good battles coming out of Ohio right now.
Agreed. And I did my first full card in collaboration with URL and Doc, which was Initiation 3. Super proud of that, and that happened over there too. So salute Ohio, salute the region, man. Next battle we're going to talk about, this is an interesting one. Justice versus Muab. I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah, it's just a tough call because these guys, I feel like in so many ways their styles just match up properly, and you can't like categorize either of them. They're not just a puncher, they're not just a performer, and I don't even think they figured out what their style is going to be when it's full confidence and into it. Like Muab's probably farther along the way, but it feels like both of them just have a lot of like talent and are still figuring out a way to like perfectly execute it. I can't see a world where it's not debatable, just because I think it's going to be so kind of evenly matched in so many different like categories.
Mhm.
Something's telling me I got Muop 2-1 edge because I just and maybe it's the part of him being more, I feel like, confident in what he's doing, having some more signature wins and some time at this. I haven't liked the way he's been booked since he's been off the trenches, but I kind of knew life was going to get harder for him after that.
Mhm.
So but I really liked his next battle. And when I see a performance like that, I see a guy that can match up and kind of like anyone within his class, he gets a little bit more serious with. He takes those matchups a little bit more serious. But if Justice won, like, it wouldn't be shocking. Look how good he was versus Wusa on the last Just Business card. But I don't know. I just got Muop. It's kind of a coin flip.
I listen. I'm going to say this. I got to give props to Muwap on two things. Seeing Muwap beat Appa was incredible to me. I was not expecting that at all. Seeing Muwap have such an incredible performance with Next, and I think he got that battle pretty clearly, although it was a great back and forth. Those two are such standouts to me. But on the flip side, seeing Justice beat Wusa and seeing Justice beat Hansel were both incredible feats to me as well. So it's very tough to determine who's going to win this. Justice has the charisma. Justice has the bars, the haymakers. Justice has the explosiveness when he's ready to build that momentum in his rounds. Muwap has the explosive haymakers as well. Muwap has good voice projection. This comes down to preference. Like, I don't think you can easily say that anybody's going to win this. I'm going to edge Justice 2-1 because Muwap is up on the West right now, and I know Justice takes that into consideration when he's going into these battles. So he's got to hold it down for the West and really clear Muwap. So, but I'm going to say Justice wins this battle 2-1 edge. No clear one. I think it's going to be a fight. This is going to be a real good fight. I expect CP to get shot at a whole lot too in this battle as well.
No, brother. I expect to hear him a lot.
So this next one, we got to take our time with this one. Dice versus Los Prime. Where are we at with it?
Already it's a good battle because of just the talents that they are. Mm-hmm. And these are just gonna be two punchers punching. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the simple basis. It's almost like some like you with how you've been with punchers lately. You probably call it like a junk food type of battle. Like, it's just easy to enjoy. It's gonna be bar for bar. They're gonna be reacting over haymakers. But the reason that it's just a little extra special is that they really don't like each other.
At all.
They really did. There's some hate, and I like my battles with a little healthy amount of hate. Like it'll add to the competitive tension. Even get in there and get a scuffle, like not a real scuffle. Don't lose yourself.
Just a almost.
Like, I'm not mad at any of that. I think that adds to all of it. And I think it mostly stems from competition. I know it transferred into SMDs and other stuff, but that all
got crazy.
But from feeling like someone hated on you battle rap wise, so it's not really that serious at the end of the day. But it's just a good ass battle, and especially with Preem, who, granted, I had him losing to Klutz pretty clear, but he's great in the battle. He's very good in the battle. I think Klutz is just, we'll talk about him, I'm saying, when we get the chance one of these days. But Preem did really good. It was a good bounce back performance from the Nitty battle. So it's good that he's back on course. And the last time I thought about it, that he was in a position like this where he kind of had a grudge was versus Eunice. Just Business. And I think he handled it pretty well. He did choke in the first round. It didn't end up mattering in the end, but he did, there was at least that. But I will say, last time Dice was in a position like this was versus Hansel on URL. They were kind of getting it.
Oh, no.
He choked in the first round as well. So both are really good under pressure, but they could also get rattled by that competitive. So I think it's very even. I say that to say, like, everything shows me it's pretty even right now. Los got the better resume, but I know Dice is there talent wise. He just doesn't battle for real. He just beat Danny not that long ago, though. I'm going Dice 2-1 edge. I'm going Dice 2-1 edge. And usually in grudge matches, there's a clear winner. So, and if I had to pick, I think I would still pick Dice. I just think he has something a little special lined up for this. And Los keeps getting the best versions of his opponents. Okay. Klutz really wanted to beat Los Prime. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
I hear what you're saying. I'm going to go in the exact opposite direction, and I'm going to tell you why. Dice is a haymaker machine. Incredible. You know what I'm saying? He builds up to a great haymaker. Los Prime is relentless. Now, granted, Los Prime did lose to Nitty, and we just saw him lose to Klutz. Nasty losses. It is what it is. I thought he did very well against Klutz. He had some great material. I just think Klutz just outclassed him, you know, and it
Yeah,
happens. It was Klutz's night.
he's just better, all due respect, but it
He
says
just
more
did
about
more.
Klutz than it says
Yeah.
about Los Cream, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
and Los Cream had great material though. Now, when you break it down scientifically, if you've got one guy punching relentlessly while the other guy is setting up towards a big haymaker, Los Cream ends up putting up more points. And I love Dice. Everybody knows I'm a huge Dice supporter, but I have Los Cream 2-1.
I'm mad at that. I mean, this is my second favorite battle on the card. I love this battle. So I'm just happy. And you know what's number one. We're going to talk about number one in a second. Dice versus Los Cream is really like that. I like it a lot.
I agree. Okay, we're going to go to the next battle. I'm going to go with Anderson Burris versus Miss Hustle. How you feel?
I feel like we're clip farming. I feel like we're trying to get trying to get something for the shorts. I feel like this is a TikTok battle. That's what this is.
Nah, come on. You don't like Anderson Burris, man. I can see it.
I can have some fun, man. But I think Anderson, I think he's been doing he's in the same lane in a sense. I shouldn't say lane. I'm trying to think of the perfect way to say it, but he kind of has some of the ability that you've seen from like a Sharon or a Roan, where it's very hard to be aggressive, like traditional battle rap, barking on you, when I'm making the crowd laugh at you, I'm making them laugh at me. I'm making it more lighthearted, and it kind of like neutralizes what you're going to do. Like my jokes are landing, I'm going to entertain, and it's almost going to make you look like you're taking it too serious while I'm still battling you. And I do think that there is something really cool about that when you execute it right. He did it versus Swave. He did it his recent versus Arsenal. But I also think his material sometimes, though, like while there's moments that are funny or moments that are great, he doesn't carry that across all 3 rounds for me. I don't think material-wise, entertainment-wise, he's always going to find a way to move the crowd. He's a natural entertainer. So he's obviously talented. But rapping wise, sometimes I kind of feel like it's like ebbs and flows. And Miss Hustle is not Arsenal, who's going to show up with the round sold separately. Miss Hustle is not Swave Seva, who was making songs about her cousin and doing all types of ridiculousness and choking in that battle too. She's going to go in there and be high level. I haven't seen him do it against someone yet, like maybe of her level or her talents, in my opinion, and then come out the victor. So I have Miss Hustle winning this battle, but I'm going to go 2-1. I think there'll be a crazy round Anderson has in there, but I just think she's just a better talent.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to lie. This was kind of unorthodox when I saw the announcement. But I felt the exact same way when I saw Miss Hustle versus Real Deal. I was like, yo, what is this? What's going on? Then when the battle happened, fantastic battle. So I have a feeling that we're going to get another unorthodox announcement that turns into a great battle. Hustle obviously is going to bar up like crazy. We know that. But Anderson Burris, particularly in his second round for Arsenal, I was impressed with his writing. I thought he was barring Arsenal. Of course, he took the disrespect route in the third. But the second, I thought he was rapping. So if I can get 3 rounds of that against Miss Hustle, I will be very happy. He does have his own lane. Salute to Anderson for finding that lane. He did great in the Crucible, so I always had high hopes for him.
His material for J2 was crazy. Like I have seen him rap very good before. His rounds with J2 were nuts. But I just want to see before. Like he has the elements of some of those guys I named before, like the Sharons and Roans. And when they started out, some of their material was kind of, you know what I mean? And it kind of
like, once they combined it with bars, So when time went by and they got bar heavy, that became a lethal combination.
And he has undeniable like reach. Like it's kind of tough because people are saying he's a star. In terms of the views he gets, that's undeniable. So kind of like yes, but within like I think the day-to-day operations of battle rap and kind of like I guess you'd say the core fandom, as small as it is, it's almost like he's not recognized by them that. Yeah. But then he has like shorts doing millions of views. So he's a weird guy to kind of gauge as a talent.
He's mastered that view thing. Like he's doing crazy numbers online.
He's strange to gauge, but I think he'll get around. So
I think so too. I got Miss Hustle 2-1. Pretty clear. But I do look forward to what his approach is going to be. So the next one we're going to talk about, I definitely want you to go first for this one. Appa versus Hansel. Where are you at with that battle?
Oh, it's a good battle. No, I think it's a good battle. Like I just think it's a battle that kind of makes sense too. I know Hansel wants to battle probably some bigger names and stuff like that. I've kind of seen some things he's like sprinkled out there, and even some. I mean, he's supposed to battle Cortez, and it's unfortunate, reasons why that battle didn't go down. But I do think Appa is one of those that, yeah, it's in his class or someone he outranks, but I do think Appa's as worthwhile of that category. Like, people want to battle Appa. There's a certain amount of motivation because they believe in him as a talent, his uniqueness. That top tiers, there's top tiers that really want to battle Appa if he makes it to that level. So I do think it's going to be a good matchup, and I think it's another one where I know Hansel tries to be more than a puncher often too. But I think he's at his best when he's just a puncher. Like, when he gets in these other bags, I'm not even saying to stop. I have no advice. I couldn't give advice. I don't rap. You know what I'm saying?
You don't like it. You don't like his angling bag?
When he angles, I hate is a strong word, but I really don't like when he gets in his angle bag. I'm not saying he's never done an angle good, but more times than not, I think he slows up the momentum of his rounds. He's a little long-winded. So as a puncher, though, he's deadly. And then Appa is more of this all-around talent. He's at his best when he's doing 17 different things in a round.
Yeah.
So honestly, by styles, like I feel like history favors Appa's style compared to a puncher in this circumstance. However, Hansel gets busy in his class, man. Hansel gets busy when it comes to battling. He's got the Eunice battle went the way that it went. I know he ended up losing on a judge vote, but like the Justice battle went the way that it went. The Dice battle, he also won judge. And I just feel like even recently, even not technically his class, but he went over to iBattle to battle Nakim, and he beat the dog shit out of him, man. And you know what I'm saying? And Nakim over on iBattle is no joke. So with all that being said, I actually got Hansel winning this battle 2-1. And I think it's clear, to be honest with you.
Wow. Well, look, I'm going to say this. I have to salute Hansel for the in-class fights that he's taken. He battled Eunice with Money on the Floor, sponsored by We the Fans, shameless plug. But he won that. He battled Justice, sponsored by We the Fans, with Money on the Floor. He lost that. He battled Dice. They put their own money on the floor. He won that. He battled Nakim, won that. He battled Dollar Bill, won that. He battled Mozzie, lost that. He battled, who else did he battle?
No business losing to Mozzie either. That was
that was a great Mozzie. That was a great Mozzie. We got to keep it tall.
He should have never won that battle.
But the majority of his in-class fights, Hansel wins. Hansel's resume is impeccable.
Well, for in-class.
For in-class, yeah. He's literally taken all rec possible. And I respect him for that. Now, Appa, in my opinion, if we're just going off talent, I think Appa is the best talent to emerge out of the spaces. If we're just talking talent, he's able
to be more talented than Eunice.
He has more talent than Eunice. Now, Eunice has some other attributes that make him better. Like in terms of Eunice has gotten better opportunities than Appa.
We're talking battle rap talent or just talent in general?
We're just talking just the bars. Just the bars.
Just the bars. Oh, wow.
Okay. Appa has the highest battle IQ I've ever seen. Ever. His battle IQ is through the roof. And his talent is through the roof. Now, Eunice has other intangible things that just he 1A, 1B. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to compare. They're both incredible talents. With that said, Hansel has an extremely high battle IQ as well. Very creative. When we seen Hansel beat Eunice, he was punching. And I'm glad you said that he's at his best when he's punching, because that's kind of the only way he's going to be able to beat Appa. There's no Appa angle that you can take that's going to be creative or something we haven't heard before. You just have to out-rap him. I got to salute Nakim for beating Appa recently in a judge battle and retaining his champion belt. But Appa is extremely lethal, especially in these type of situations. Appa is perfect in these type of situations. So I'm going to say Appa 2-1 edge. I think that Appa's going to go in there and just do too much every round. And I'm scared. I fear that Hansel is going to attempt some kind of angle and it's not going to work. Sometimes his angles are effective. I can't front. Hansel's angles are effective sometimes. But in this type of battle, you just need to go in there and rap. But I feel like he's going to attempt some type of angle, and it's just not going to go through the way he thinks. But with all of that said, if Hansel wins, I would not be shocked because Hansel is incredible.
And Appa could definitely win. I know I have Hansel clear, That doesn't mean like Appa. When I say clear, people are like, oh, so you think it's impossible? No, but I just think like I'm confident in Hansel in this matchup. But if Appa wins, that wouldn't be like the most shocking thing in the world to me.
Yeah.
It would also be a very impressive win, one of his most impressive to date, honestly, if he got it done. So
yeah, and they're battling the same place that Appa battled Justice at, and it seems like I couldn't call a winner, but consensus seems to be that Appa beat Justice.
yes.
And it's in the exact same place where they they did that. So Appa's very comfortable in that setting, in that environment. I got Appa 2-1. I'm gonna keep it tall, but I'm very excited for this because Appa and Eunice are arguably two of the best of their class, and for Hansel to be battling both this early, fantastic. I respect it. I love in class rec, so salute to Hansel. Next battle we're gonna talk about Wusa versus Capo Bravado. The floor is yours.
Good battle. It's another one where they have somewhat of a genuine grudge, right? Like these guys went back and forth a lot, disrespecting each other's careers, all types of and this is like probably should have been battled. So I'm not mad at them blocking in. Like this is more interclass rec, but that's the emphasis. That's kind of the theme of the card. So it's easier to buy in when it's like, if Capo and Wusa gets thrown on like just a Nexus card or whatever, like probably no one cares for real. But when it's like the theme of like these guys grudging in this particular era, it adds a little bit more. So I think this is the perfect place for this battle, this type of battle to go down. And I think it'll be a good battle too. I kind of just have to go off of, for a long time, I thought Wusa would easily have get the W. Like for a long time, I would have called it that way, but we're at a point that I kind of feel different, Like I think Wu had especially after the Av battle, I felt like he had so much positive momentum, and then he lost like 4 battles. Like I feel like that, and I just feel like he shot himself in the foot. And I heard he got back. I didn't watch it. I know he battled B Magic. It was last night.
Yeah, he battled B Magic last
night. I heard that he won. I heard it wasn't the craziest battle, but I heard that he won the battle clear. So it's good, to see him active, kind of back on track if that's the case. Meanwhile, though, Capo just had Swamp.
Swamp, yep.
And look at the reception that got. So he's in a bit of better form right now. And and way back when they first got on URL, I remember thinking that Capo was a better prospect. So all this time has passed. I have Capo 2-1 going into the battle.
Damn, we find ourselves on opposite ends of these predictions. I have Wusa 2-1 going into this battle. Now, Capo's been on a nice little run. He had a win over Stumbles, a very good Stumbles, back in the same region in Ohio. He did well against Dre Dennis, but lost. He beat Swamp. I have Capo winning 2-1. Not shaking your head. I know what you're thinking, but Capo's in rare form. In rare form. He's had a very good year last year. He's poised to have
is rare. Definitely rare.
No, he beat Tariq. He beat Fibo. He's got a few good wins from last year. But I think that this battle for me does 2 things. One, it solidifies who's 2 and 3. If Eunice is number 1 in the class, then slots 2 and 3 for their specific class is between Capo and Wusa.
Out of that 6, right?
Out of the 6, yeah, just out of the 6.
Right. Well, Dice is in there too, if I'm correct. But that's
I wouldn't put him. I would, because he battles so infrequently. I couldn't put him in the first 3 slots. But obviously, if we have it could be a different discussion. But slots 2 and 3 are going to be determined by this battle.
Yeah, by work, like resume work. So far, I get what you're saying. Like,
you know what I'm saying? I think skill wise, Wusa is a better battler than Capo. I think that if you add promo and you add intangibles, that Capo takes the lead because Wusa doesn't really promo like that. But he does do good work with diss tracks and things like that. So this battle to me is going to determine number 2 and number 3. And whoever wins this battle, I want to see them battle Eunice. I don't think Eunice has to battle both so soon, but he should take whoever wins this battle at some point this year. So with all of that said, I got Wusa 2-1. I think Wusa knows what he's got to do, but I also think Capo is the underdog in this situation, and we're going to have to see what he does. He's going to have to do more than just rap, because if they're just rapping at each other, Wusa is better at that than he is. I just believe that.
Man.
I could be wrong.
But I get where you're coming from with it.
I could be wrong, but
And if Wu was to win, I don't think that's impossible. Like a lot of these are not. They're contested battles. Like they're even if I got a clear winner, I'd have to like I'm kind of going out. It's a bit of a hot take if I do, because for the most part, all of their like bodies of work and resume point towards all of them being relatively equal talents. So
equal talents, I can't put Wusa and Capo as equal talents. I think Wusa is a better battler than Capo.
I don't know about none of that, man. Capo wins more battles. I would say bar-wise, he's improved more in terms of his writing. He's pretty visibly has. I don't think neither of them are like great performers, but I prefer Capo aggression-wise, what he can do. And even when they get in the real talk bag, that's pretty equal. Like, probably you could argue Wu's better there, but what has Wu done to just show that he's better? Like, he hasn't won more. He hasn't done more anything.
I think I could argue that the reason why Wu doesn't have as many wins as Capo is because Wusa is taking tougher fights. You're talking about battling Fonz out the gate. You're talking about battling Twerk, Av. These are not easy walks in the park. You can't compare somebody battling Twerk, Av, and Fonz to somebody battling Dre, Dennis, Fibo, Tariq.
There's truth to that. But I also when Capo's gotten his like big time opponents though, like he done beat T-Top. He done beat
He lost to Jazz.
He lost it. He was good versus Jazz, though. You know, and what's crazy is like I got him losing, but like there is people that got Capo winning that. Now they're in the minority, and I think it's crazy.
Yeah, consensus is Jazz got.
But he was really fire. Like I don't know how many Wu performances I've seen, if any, that are as good as his material versus Jazz, and that's probably not the best battle he has in his catalog.
I venture to say Wusa versus Foots was better than Capo versus Jazz.
Man, this is funny. This is the war of two guys that think I hate them.
I know you don't hate them. I know you don't hate them.
I know I don't hate them. You know what I'm saying? But it's just it is kind of funny how that all works out. But I do think that they're gonna have a good battle.
I do too. But you remember Wusa's performance against Foots? That was incredible.
Yeah, well, that's when he got back on track. He had that, then he had the bad news shit. Then he whooped on Clone, I think it was, and then the Av battle was super impressive. And granted, I don't even got him winning. I got Av winning the battle 2-1.
I had Wusa.
But he had a genuine debatable, like, I can't be mad at you for saying that at all. Like, it's very valid. Do that with Av at that point in time.
And do you think Capo could do that with Av? Exactly. Thank you,
but hey, I didn't know that for a long time, I didn't think he'd be able to get with Swamp. And then, like, you know, look at how that goes down. So
okay. I'm not mad at that. Okay. Final battle. We've been waiting for this battle for
there's going to be people that tune in only for this battle. Like, this battle has some stakes to it on a larger than just a new talent scale.
I think this determines definitively who is number one in the new class. These two people. Is that crazy?
No, I do too. Like, I thought that like people would be mad at me for that because Eunice's work is just so kind of.
I think this is the determinant.
Eunice and King is one of them ones.
That's it. These are the two guys. And I'm gonna be honest. We have to salute Doc for getting this done. Even I couldn't get this done. I've made a billion phone calls trying to make this battle happen. I've made concessions. I've made offers. I've over offered, and somehow Doc got it done. So big salute to Doc. This is the perfect headliner for a card like this. This is what everyone's been waiting for. With all of that said, J Smo, who wins this battle?
I'm taking King 2-1, man. King 2-1 edge in what should be battle of the night. There's really no other. I'd be almost a little pissed if it's not battle of the night because it just has that much potential. It just matters that much. There's so many. And they've both gotten from when this first came up. They went from like just writing heavy battlers to just very, very good all around battlers, and two that might be near the realm of top tier if they can get some couple more things done. Like, it feels like they're starting to have their own brands that can separately, like, you will go and watch, you will click on a battle because of King. Even if he battles a no name, the battle probably is still going to do like a fair 5 figures. I don't know how many, I'd have to think it out, but probably do like 30, 40 a battle now. Like, I think his name rings enough. But that's completely guessing. And Eunice definitely. Like, Eunice does something, and like the interviews after of Eunice's are some of the more higher viewed interviews, more anticipated battles. So they're right at the brink, and it feels like a win here for either of them. If it's clear, not like solidifies that spot, and that's like a high pressure fight. Like, it's one thing to have interclass fights. We're having the fight to say, okay, there's been a lot of new guys coming in the last 3 or 4 years trying to make way, and it's really just you and me. and it's been that there's this underlying URL versus trenches factor. Like there's all these other
Bingo.
things that make the optics of it so cool. But I have King. One, because I think both of them have improved in this, but what they can do is anglers and rebuttalers. Like they're equal in so many categories, but one place that Eunice has struggled in his career is what I love about him is that he performs at his best versus top tiers. And that's really what matters. But if I do have to point out a flaw in class, not saying he's at one, he beat Klutz, but like he'll get caught. You know, Los Prime done caught him. Even when he was great versus Hansel, he ended up losing that battle. Like I feel like he could be a little bit, I feel like he could be a little vulnerable sometimes, and also when he's the favorite. And I think it'll be close, but I think for the most part he'll be the favorite going into this battle. Those are literally the only two times I see Eunice really falter. Like either he gets ahead of himself and everyone kind of feels like he's going to win, and he kind of, that's how Franchise got him, that's how Holmesy got him when he was predicted to win. Pass even, I thought, got him when he was predicted to win. And then if it's interclass, I feel like sometimes that's where the slip to Ds and like stuff like that can happen. But Eunice is like, he's made gnomes and SMs. Like he's currently ahead of King right now. I think in his career, there's really no other way around it. But King, it feels like probably takes a little bit of his power with a win here, just because it's been talked up so much. It'll probably be debatable too, if we're being honest. So like, there's a good chance they both win in a sense. But if I got to pick, I got King winning this battle.
I have so much love for Eunice. He's the reason why I do what I do. I say that every time. I got a lot of love for King too. I've been invested in King since the finals of the tournament. You know, he did a great job. It got the money off the floor in that. He beat, well, I had him losing to Cortez and beating Danny. But every time I've worked with King, he's done what he's supposed to do. I believe in King. I think King is an incredible talent. The premier talent at the trenches aside from Easy. He incredible puncher. I had him beating Los Prime. It's good to see King stepping outside of his league to do this battle. There's no better place for this to happen. It's the Midwest, which is King's region. So hopefully that gives him some kind of leg up. Bring the whole family with you. With all of that said, Eunice, what you did at Just Business 1 was unacceptable. What you need to do at Just Business 2 is remind these people why you are the leader of the new school. We need to see why. You cannot stumble. You cannot choke. You got to be flawless. You got to come in here and whoop this man. So you got to do your research. You got to figure out what you got to do to make sure you win against the puncher, because this is also a guy who beat Los Prime. Salute to Los Prime. That was a great battle, but I had King winning 2-1. Eunice, you cannot lose to King and Los Prime. That's just unacceptable. It's not acceptable. It's not okay. We're not accepting it. You will be stripped of your title of leader of the new school if King wins this battle.
Yeah,
it's a lot on the line.
I will say King has more to gain than you, because if Eunice loses, it'll hurt. But like, there's a chance we're probably still getting Eunice on gnomes and SMs. Like, you know, he still has a greater path he's gone on to, but there's just something about this one that like it's gonna stick with you because it really matters. You know what I'm saying? Like especially it's in NBA, you know, young stars, when they get to facing each other in the playoffs, that 7-game series, it's like, man, like we're not going to forget. Some of them you remember more than others because of the effect that they have going in. So I just can't speak highly enough in this matchup. They made it a big matchup. And I see this where, you know, even the battle bloggers that don't report on Battle Rap anymore will probably do bar for bar reviews. You know what I'm saying? Like it reaches kind of that level where people even that don't like covering the sport for real anymore start talking battles again. And if it's really good, that's the effect they can have. And it could really showcase, yo, the new guys are worth talking about, because it's a matter of getting people to care. The talent's there, but when people start caring, that's when we can see more guys become top tier prospects. We have these two, there can be so many more, and this card has the potential to really put guys in that type of light. So
I agree 1,000%. But Eunice, you better win. You gotta win. You lost to Hansel. I had you beating Appa. Any other in-class fights? As far as I can remember, those.
Eunice and Appa?
Yeah, he beat Appa. Yeah. So you have to win this. You cannot lose to King, because you just cannot.
The narrative, and people are going to be very toxic for the lead.
The narratives are going to run rampant.
The people who are on the sides are going to be delusional for like that.
It's gonna be
size.
disgusting.
There's no conver.
It's gonna be disgusting.
This is what
It's
battle
gonna
rap's about, man. The battle rap is about delusion, and I'm all for it. So
and the narratives at post battle, if he loses, are gonna be filthy. So we cannot have it. You're a warrior. You've gone to the UK battle Slim Buck. You've gone to Fat Say So and beat him in Detroit. This is another Midwesterner opening his mouth to come challenge the king. A king challenging the king. You got to do what you're supposed to do, Eunice. Locked in. With all of that said, though, if King wins, I'm not going to be surprised because King is an incredible talent. I salute him. I support him. I love everything he's doing. But I got Eunice 2-1.
I'm a huge listen, man. I'm going to speak so highly of it, and I have so much more to say about it as we get closer to the event. But that should easily be battle of the night.
I agree. I need it to be one of the battles of the year, if we're being honest. This is such a mega event. You know what I mean? It's salute the doc again on an incredible card. And also, if you're watching this, tap in with Jay Smo. He has a separate individual, full-on prediction blog about this. So make sure you support Jay Smo. Jay Smo, thank you for
pulling
up.
Same as the title here on the StreamYard. YouTube, right there, Jay Smo Reviews. And then if you want to see me yap a little bit more about any of this, so
that's it. Jay Smo, appreciate you to the fullest.
Obviously, much love, Frank, as always, man.
Peace.